Hey, good morning everyone. Wanted to do an update on the aquaponics system, kind of new things that have been implemented, how they're working. First off, I have some new plant pots. So basically, these pots are sitting on concrete blocks. They have soil in the bottom mixed with fertilizer, and then the top couple inches are capped with sand. So this one's a better example of that. And in these pots right now, I have cucumber, kangkong, which is a water spinach, and I think like a loofah seed in there just for fun. And this one is sweet potato. This one has mint right there, sweet potato, and this other one, this is some kind of pond plant right here that I just got from the local pond. When I went on vacation for 20 days or so, all the fish inside here were dead. It was hot. I don't think things happened that needed to happen. But yeah, so we got new fish in there, probably about 8 or so bluegill, and I put in azolla, which is that floating plant on the other side. The only issue that I'm having right now, as you can see, there's a fine trail of fire ants coming down. They probably have a nest underneath this tank right there. So I'll probably have to put some diatomaceous earth on there. Not a problem per se, but just annoying that they kind of crawl all over the system. I think they eat aphids, because sometimes they'll crawl up this kale and go under here and eat aphids, so maybe that's good for them. Let's jump over here to all the plants. The propagation has been working really well. So you can see I have a ton of plants in here, probably more than I know what to do with. I need to try and sell some more elderberry. All these elderberry that are in here are probably rooted, need to transfer to plant pots, but I didn't want to order a new set of plant pots. If I'm just going to put elderberry in there, I'll probably wait till the winter when everything is dormant, and then I will pot up some plants or sell just rooted cuttings. So slowly over time, some cuttings will just die, which is not a problem. This is a thornless blackberry that I probably just put in there. Could be that it got too much sun. You know, this one's not looking too good either. Where others are just doing fine. I've got all sorts of different media in there. Anything from clay pebbles down there to biochar. This one's pretty thick, ground up biochar. This is much thicker, just chunks of biochar. And then in the back corner, biochar down there. I also have some, I think it's an ornamental arborvitae kind of thing that just grows on the ground. So I like that plant out front. It grows really well here in Texas, so I'm trying to grow more of those. But just anything and everything. Some bottle brush, and this is a completely, this is a soil pot. The bottom, I think, has some rocks and stuff in there, but I've had the kale growing in there forever. But overall, I would say that generally speaking, sand, perlite, the biochar, the clay pebbles, they all propagate about the same rate. I would say that obviously if you're able to burn some wood in a pit, that the biochar is going to be the cheapest option. I do like it because it absorbs some of the fish waste and stuff, and then when you're planting a plant, you can use that material to help the plant grow whenever you transplant it. Last thing over here, oh, and I have mulberry that I'm propagating now. So if you can't tell, I have a lot of plants that propagate really well in general, and then I use that in the aquaponics system to make new plants. And by the end of it, hopefully I have I don't know, 100 blackberry plants on my property with mulberry trees, and basically can propagate as much as I want forever. This is the pineapple that is growing in biochar. It's taken a really long time, I think about 2 months, to get that new growth that you see. Basically, you take the pineapple top, you break off about an inch or so of all these leaves on the bottom, and then place that in water or some kind of moisture. You know, this is obviously getting moisture coming in from the bottom. It comes upward, and then that's how it's working. So I'd assume that this thing is rooted, just because if I pull on it, it's kind of stuck in there. You never know until you actually take it out. But that's just kind of fun. I'll probably put pineapple in a big pot of some sort, and then I'll have to bring it inside for the winter, because I think if it gets affected by cold much easier than the other plants. So if it gets too cold, I'll take it inside. But yeah, so the propagation bed, everything's been working well. It's been super hot here in Texas, 100-degree days. So yeah, this 300, I think it's 300 gallons total for stock tanks, has been working well. These guys up here are basically in full shade, so I had to do this, kind of put some pieces together, put some landscape fabric, and basically, unless the morning sun is hitting the plants, they are covered the rest of the day. So just a tiny bit of the weakest sun is hitting some of the plants, just because they'll get burned out too much and they dry up and they die. Sun's too hot. On this end, like I said, I have zola, I have sand, and the dirt at the bottom, so that the soil is underneath and the dirt is on top. Haven't noticed any issues with that. Yeah, it's been running well. So with that, thanks for watching. I will do another video on some other items that I'm working on.